So Moon Knight Episode 4 has officially released, and this will be my spoiler review of what took place in the episode. So spoiler warning for Moon Knight Episode 4. If you enjoyed this video today, feel free to like and subscribe for future Marvel content. So there was definitely a lot of exposition in this episode. Nothing too crazy action-wise happened in it, but there was a lot of plot development and stuff like that. There's kind of a romance developing between Layla and Stephen Grant, and then Mark kind of gets jealous about it and uses their own fist to punch Stephen in the face. I thought that was pretty funny, but they're just exploring Ammit's tomb again with this episode, and I've said it for previous reviews. I understand the context of the situation with everything being dark and everything, but the action scenes that we do get being in pitch blackness, I could barely see what was going on. So at this point, I don't know if it's to hide bad VFX or if it's just kind of the direction they went for regardless, and it's just kind of backfiring on them. I have no clue, but I'm starting to really not be a fan of literally everything happen in pitch blackness. I can't see anything. That's me personally, though. We then find out the truth about Mark Spector and Layla's father, and that he was a part of a mercenary either duo or group, and his partner executed everybody at this archaeological dig site, including Layla's father. And Mark said that he tried to stop him and he was actually shot, and that he was actually supposed to die that night, but he didn't. This sounds a lot to me like the origin of Moon Knight itself, that potentially Mark was trying to stop his killer partner, and when he got shot he was supposed to die, but then Khonshu came in and saved him from dying. That's what that sounds like to me, is that he was describing Moon Knight's origin, and obviously that causes a rift between him and Layla. So I like the way the story is unfolding in that regard. And then obviously towards the end of the episode, Mark gets shot and he falls into this water, and they try to almost play us like everything that has been happening has been in Mark's head the whole time, and that Mark is really in some type of asylum of some sort, psychiatric facility. So that was a big word. But yeah, I honestly don't think that's the case as shown by the ending of the episode 2. I think, if anything, this is just kind of the recess of Mark's mind, because obviously we see Mark and Stephen Grant as two separate people in this kind of psychiatric area. And then when he uncovers Stephen Grant is sort of in a sarcophagus of some kind. And then we see a third sarcophagus that they don't open, which I obviously think represents Jake Lockley as well, because they were already but insinuating the existence of a third personality, potentially Jake Lockley, at the beginning of the third episode. So I thought that was smart. But the way this whole sequence took place in the facility, I thought was really smart. How they had you going for a good amount of time, that this was everything that had happened so far in the series was just in his head. I think they did a really good job of that, where there were references to everything that happened in the show so far, like his boss being another patient in the psychiatric facility, Layla being a nurse, Arthur Harrow being his therapist or psychiatrist or something like that. I thought it was really cool and funny how they went about that, so I like that choice a lot. And then obviously at the very end of the episode, we see what I'm assuming is another type of Egyptian god that's in his head. Now, I don't necessarily know if that god has been in his head the whole time, but I think it has something to do with where he died, and he's probably in tune with other Egyptian gods, so he might actually interact with some of them, maybe mentally in the next episode and such like that, and that might be how the other Egyptian gods come to know about Arthur Harrow's plans to release Ammit or something like that. Or for all we know, that could be Ammit herself. I don't think it is, but we'll see in the next episode. But I really enjoyed the way this episode took, especially the twist at the end and what they tried to make. But I'm definitely curious to see how the climax of this is going to go, and how they're going to pick back up, and how he survives and stuff. So if you enjoyed this video today, feel free to like and subscribe for future Marvel content. I appreciate you for watching the video.